Hey, what's up guys? Justin from Out of the Basement here, and today I'm going to be doing my entire Blu-ray collection video for 2019. The most viewed video on our channel is my entire Blu-ray collection video from last year, so I thought, hey, why not do it again and get some more views? For anyone curious, I started collecting Blu-rays in the year 2014, I believe. It was either 2013 or 14, and this has been my entire collection since, 2013 or 14, all the way to it is January like 3rd or 4th here in 2019. So all these years of collecting Blu-rays, I have two separate shelves here, as you can see, and it ends right here, but there also is an additional row for both all the way up here, so it's a pretty big collection in my opinion. So I'm not going to waste any time, and I'm just gonna jump right into it with my very first Blu-ray in my collection, which is 8 Mile. We got 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street, which I do like better than 21, 127 Hours, which is my favorite James Franco performance, and honestly probably in my top 20 movies of all time. I really like this one. I have my Steelbook of 2001: A Space Odyssey. This is the 4K Steelbook from Best Buy. There's an unboxing video for this one if you'd like to see that. Link will be in the description. This is an awesome Steelbook. Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Covenant. This is the Steelbook of the regular Blu-ray. And then Nate was kind enough to let me have his Alien Covenant 4K that he was going to sell to Disc Replay, but I said, I'll take it. I got a little bit of a twofer for you. This is The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't know why I own these. It must have been a sale or something. American Animals, which is actually on my top 10 for this year, or I guess 2018, last year. American Beauty. American Animals, which is an A24 starring Shia LaBeouf, that is still in the seal here. I haven't watched it yet, but I love A24. That's going to be a common theme among this collection is A24 films. I love them. American Psycho. Animal Kingdom, which is also still in the little sleeve here. This is from the director of The Rover, which I really liked, so I'm curious to check this one out. Annihilation on 4K, which is my #1 movie of 2018. I highly recommend this one. Ant-Man, Argo, Arrival. We have the Scream Factory of Army of Darkness. Awesome movie. Really love this one. Awesome set. We have Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 1. We have the Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 2 Steelbook. And we have Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 3, which is unfortunately the last season. I have not watched the last season yet, though. We have the first Avengers movie. We have Avengers Age of Ultron. We have the 4K of Avengers Infinity War. We have The Babadook, this is a really good horror film. A lot of people don't like this one, but I love it, and people who are smart love it, so, I'm just kidding, that was sarcasm. We got Baby Driver. The Ballad of Lefty Brown, Band of Brothers. This is the little mini-series from HBO that has all 10 episodes on it. Batman 1989. We have Batman Begins. Batman Mask of the Phantasm, which is the best Batman animated film. Batman Returns. Batman v Superman. I'm honestly thinking about selling this one because I'm over it. I'm over the DCEU. We have the Berserk Golden Age Arc movie collection that comes with 3 films in there. Pretty cool little anime. I'm not that big into anime at all, really. I only have a few things. I've only seen a few things, but I like what I have, so Berserk. The Steelbook of The Big Lebowski. Birdman in this really nice red Blu-ray case that looks like candy. The Black Coat's Daughter. Really good A24 horror film. Black Hawk Down. We have the 4K of Black Panther, the original Blade Runner, and the superior film Blade Runner 2049. This is the 4K Steelbook. This is actually worth some money. Then we have Blind Spotting, which is actually on my top 10 for 2018. By the way, guys, if I talk about a certain title or I say something about it, that doesn't necessarily mean I have more respect or I like that title more than the titles that I kind of just breeze by. It's just that I think it's more relevant to my collection or just, whatever I'm thinking. So Just so you know, if I fly through a title, that doesn't necessarily mean I don't like it as much as a title that I say something about. Just for the sake of time, I kind of want to fly through these. The Bling Ring, which is an A24 that I haven't seen yet. I'm curious to check this one out. Blue Ruin, which is an awesome movie from the director of Green Room. Bone Tomahawk. The Bourne Trilogy. Brawl in Cell Block 99. And I'm kind of just gonna fly through these. This is actually my second favorite television show, which is Breaking Bad. So we have the first season right here. We have the second season. Third. Fourth, and of course AMC had to get a little greedy and split up their 5th season into 2 separate Blu-rays. So there's a Blu-ray for the 5th season and then one for the final season, even though there are only 5 seasons in the show. I really don't understand why they did this. There was a big break between the 2 seasons, but still stupid that they made 6 Blu-ray seasons, but there's only 5 seasons. I don't know. Captain America: The First Avenger. Captain America: The Winter Soldier, which is actually one of my favorite MCU films. This is one of the better ones that they've done. Captain America: Civil War. Cars. Casino Royale, which is actually one of my favorite films. Castaway. Child's Play. This is the original, and this is the one and only Chucky movie that I have in my collection. The Collector, and the sequel to The Collector, The Collection. The first Conjuring film and the second Conjuring film. I do like the first one more than the second, but I like the second one too. It's alright. Cosmos: A Space-Time Odyssey. This is a documentary that I believe is narrated by Neil deGrasse Tyson, and that opens up to get that cool little graphic there. Cowboy Bebop, the complete series, and Cowboy Bebop the movie. The Dark Knight. Dark Knight Rises. Dawn of the Dead, which is actually one of my favorite remakes of all time. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Deadpool, just the first one, because the second one is trash. The Departed, this is one of my favorites. The Descent. Die Hard. The Disaster Artist by A24. I have the Steelbook of Django Unchained. This is one of my favorite movies and my second favorite Quentin Tarantino film. And we have my one and only, so far, Arrow Video Blu-ray in my collection, and that this is from Mike for a Christmas present. And that would be Donnie Darko. Don't Breathe. I have the 4K of Dredd. Really love this movie. Next up is one of my favorite steelbooks in my collection, and that is for Drive. I just really love the pink design and layout for this steelbook. Up next, I have a film from, I believe, 1962, and that is the first James Bond 007 film, Dr. No. The Drop. I have the 4K of Dunkirk without the slip, unfortunately, but I got this one at Family Video for so cheap, so I had to pick that up. The Edge. Edge of Tomorrow, or Live, Die, Repeat, whatever title that this movie is now. 8th Grade, which is a really good A24 from 2018. And we have Elf, which I think it's a good seasonal watch, you know, every once in a while. End of Watch. Enemy, another A24 that I really like. We have the Scream Factory of Escape from New York. Everest. The 4K of The Evil Dead. Really love the Evil Dead franchise. We have the 4K of Evil Dead 2. I did end up keeping the standard, like, 25th anniversary edition of Evil Dead 2 because I believe there's a bit more special features on this copy. Evil Dead, the 2013 remake. Another one of my favorite remakes. I think this one is awesome. The 4K of Ex Machina, probably in my top 3 A24 releases. This is one of the films that really got me into A24. This is absolutely amazing. I have a 3-er for you. We got Family Guy Blue Harvest. Family Guy Something Something Dark Side. And then, of course, the elusive Family Guy It's a Trap. I really like these 3. I don't really like Family Guy, I just have it because it's Star Wars, so. Fight Club. Finding Nemo. And of course, with Finding Nemo, we have Finding Dory. The 4K of First Blood. We have First Reformed, which is on my top 10 for 2018, grade A24. We have a Criterion from Nate as a Christmas present. This is Following. This is the very last Christopher Nolan film that I needed, so really glad to have this one. Foxcatcher. Frankenstein. This is the original. Free Fire. Now, I'm also a pretty big Friday the 13th fan, so we have the single Blu-ray releases of Friday the 13th Uncut, the original, Friday the 13th Part 2. We also have Part 3, which I like because it comes with the 3D glasses. And then we have the single release for Friday the 13th, the final chapter. And then after the final chapter came out on single release Blu-ray, they released this Friday the 13th 8-movie collection that has the first 8 films on it. Then we have the Friday the 13th 2009 reboot, which is alright. I just have it for a collection purpose, but it's a good watch every once in a while. Then we have the Crystal Lake Memories, the complete history of Friday the 13th. This is an amazing documentary. If you're a Friday the 13th fan, I feel like you need this. You need this. This is another Sean Connery Bond film, From Russia with Love. The Fugitive. Full Metal Jacket by Stanley Kubrick. I mean, it's well known, of course, but I think it's one of his more underrated films. I really do like this one. Fury on 4K, unfortunately without the slip, but it was really cheap at like Disc Replay or something, so I just had to pick it up. My favorite television show of all time, I believe, is Game of Thrones. So we have the 4K of Season 1. I was lucky enough to find this at Disc Replay with the slip little case that it comes with, so really glad to have that. Then we have like the standard Blu-ray release of Game of Thrones Season 2, because when I first started collecting, I thought I would rather have the regular Blu-ray cases. Fortunately, I thought the box sets were really cool, so I got the box set of Season 3, the box set of Season 4, the box set of Season 5, the box set of Season 6, the box set of Season 7, which did come with this little Game of Thrones Conquest and Rebellion like animated thing, and I thought it was pretty cool. Nate and I watched this and I think it's pretty neat. Get Out. Ghost in the Shell, the original. A Ghost Story. Godzilla 2014. GoldenEye. Goldfinger. Gone Girl, and I really like this set. It comes in a little, kind of a little box set type of thing, but it comes with a copy of the book that the wife wrote. I thought that was a really clever thing that they added in there. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Goodfellas. Good Night Mommy, I really recommend this one, a French horror film. Good Time, which is a really good A24 film starring Robert Pattinson. The Graduate. Shout out to Connor. The Grand Budapest Hotel. Green Room, easily top 5 favorite A24s. This one is awesome. The Guest, starring Dan Stevens. Really like this one. Guardians of the Galaxy. I have the Steelbook. This is the standard Blu-ray Steelbook of Hacksaw Ridge. And then I also have the 4K with the slip of Hacksaw Ridge. This was a Christmas present from Bucky. The 4K of the timeless classic Halloween 1978. The transfer on this is unreal compared to my standard Blu-ray that I used to have. I have a copy of Halloween 2. And then Halloween Part 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. This is the unrated producer's cut. And then I have these UK sets of Harry Potter. So I have Year 1, which is, okay, Year 1, Year 2. It's like this weird thing where it's like Philosopher's Stone on one side or Sorcerer's Stone. It's just that these come from the United Kingdom. And then on the back, it's the Chamber of Secrets, and it has both discs on the inside. So it's kind of an odd set, but it was so cheap. The United Kingdom is always pulling through with like these really cheap Blu-ray box sets that are region free. So of course we have Prisoner of Azkaban, and then on the back you have the Goblet of Fire. And then we have Order of the Phoenix, and on the back you have, what is that, Half-Blood Prince. And of course, the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2. Next up is one of my favorite movies and my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie, and this is going to be a controversial pick for Tarantino's best, and it was on my last Blu-ray update as well, or Blu-ray collection of 2017, and that is the Steelbook for The Hateful Eight. Really love this Steelbook. My favorite Quentin Tarantino film. Heat. Hell or High Water. We have a film that I believe was number 2 of my 2018 list, and that is the 4K of Hereditary. Another A24. The Hills Have Eyes remake, which I am, for whatever reason, a huge fan of. I know some people don't like this one, but I'm a big fan of the Hills Have Eyes remake. I've actually never seen the original. And then we have a trilogy that I was thinking about selling. The Hobbit and Unexpected Journey. And then we have The Desolation of Smaug, which I really do like The Desolation of Smaug. However, An Unexpected Journey and then The Battle of the Five Armies, which I have the steelbook of, they're not really good. I mean, The Desolation of Smaug is so good, but it's the middle movie, so it's just, I never have the urge to watch it. So I've been thinking about getting rid of these. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. The Hurt Locker, Inception, Indiana Jones, and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. The only Indiana Jones film that I own or I have ever seen. The Incredibles, Inglourious Bastards, Inside Out. I have another trilogy here, Insidious Part 1, Insidious Chapter 2, and Insidious Chapter 3. I do not have Insidious Chapter 4 because that was absolutely terrible. Insomnia. And I got a little bit of a twofer for you. I got the Interstellar Neo packaging that's like uses magnets, and there's this really nice like diorama thing that comes out. And it also came with like the IMAX film cell and like a little booklet. This is a great set. But then with 4K being a thing, of course I had to pick up the 4K. Iron Man. This is another from the box set from the UK of the Iron Man box set. So we got Iron Man 1 here. Iron Man 2 and 3. I Saw the Devil, which is a recommendation from Mike that I have actually not watched yet. The 4K of It without the slip again. I'm noticing that I have a lot of 4Ks without the slip, and it's kind of pissing me off. It Comes at Night, easily one of my favorite A24s. The Outlash this one got in theaters. It Follows. This one is really special because this is the very first Blu-ray I have ever bought. When I started to collect Blu-rays, this is the first one I thought to buy. An absolute banger, an absolute classic. I love Jaws. JFK. I have the 4K of John Wick and the 4K of John Wick Chapter 2. We got a 4-piece here. Got Jurassic Park 1, Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, and Jurassic World. I do not have Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom because that was trash. Of course, we got Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, The Killing of a Sacred Deer, which is a really, really good A24 and made me want to see more of Yorgos Lanthimos' films. I did see The Favorite, which I thought was good, but I really, really want to see The Lobster next. I really need to pick that one up on Blu-ray. Kingsman: The Secret Service, Krampus, a great holiday Christmas film, Kubo and the Two Strings, which I actually recently finally watched after all this time, and it's really good. Lady Bird, the beautiful steelbook for La La Land, the Lego Movie, and the Lego Batman movie, Limitless, Locke, Logan, Logan Lucky, Lone Survivor, Looper. And we have a trilogy, one of my favorite trilogies, of course, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, and of course, Return of the King. I do not have the extended cuts of those films on Blu-ray. I really need to pick that up at some point. Lost River, this is actually a film directed by Ryan Gosling. Got a 2-piece for you. Got the amazing steelbook of Mad Max Fury Road. Just look at that cover. Just look at that cover. And then we also have the 4K of Mad Max Fury Road. Manchester by the Sea. Mandy, which I literally just watched last night. Very surreal film. Man of Steel. The Martian. I got this really cool steelbook of the original Matrix. Mayhem. Memento, which is my favorite Christopher Nolan film and probably one of my favorites of all time, really. I really like this one. Minority Report. And we have Misery. We start out the Mission Impossible series with Mission Impossible 3, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. I have the Steelbook of Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, and I have the 4K for Fallout, Mission Impossible Fallout. Mississippi Grind, Mojave, The Monster, Moon, love this film, love Moon, Moonlight. Then I have the Criterion of Moonrise Kingdom from Mike for Christmas. Awesome little set. Napoleon Dynamite. The Nice Guys. Nightcrawler. Believe this was my #1 movie of 2014. I have the Criterion of Night of the Living Dead. No Country for Old Men. Nocturnal Animals. Only God Forgives. I have the HBO miniseries The Pacific, which is in this little mini tin. It's a cool little tin. Pacific Rim. The Patriot. Pineapple Express, Pitch Black, The Place Beyond the Pines, Platoon, Pokemon the Movie, I Choose You, The Polar Express, one of my favorite childhood Christmas films. Popstar, I'm a big Lonely Island fan, I thought this one was pretty good. A Prayer Before Dawn, which I believe was just at number 10 of my 2018 list. Predator, Predators, Predestination, The Prestige, Prisoners, Prometheus. We got the Steelbook of Psycho, Pulp Fiction, and guess what? I'm gonna say it, it is Quentin Tarantino's most overrated film, but I still have it. Quantum of Solace. This is the Raid collection, so it comes with the Raid Redemption and the Raid 2. These are great Indonesian films, I really enjoy them. Reanimator. This is the regular show little box set that comes with seasons 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. Reservoir Dogs, The Revenant, Revenge, which I also think this one was on my top 10 for 2018. I really do like this one. Rise of the Planet of the Apes, The Road, The Rover, which is an A24 that I really do enjoy. Saving Private Ryan, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Scream, The Sea of Trees, the 4K of The Shape of Water, Shaun of the Dead, The Shawshank Redemption, The Shining, Shooter, Shutter Island, Sicario, Skyfall, Snowpiercer, Son of a Gun, which is an A24 starring Ewan McGregor. What a perfect formula. Source Code. I love South Park, so I have the South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut film. And then I also have South Park Seasons 1 to 5 box set. And then the South Park Seasons 6 to 10 box set. Comedy Central, please keep these box sets coming. I would love to have all the seasons. Space Cop. The Spider-Man trilogy. Spotlight. Spring Breakers. And I love this. I have all of Star Wars canon that you could possibly get on Blu-ray except for one thing. Let's see if you guys can guess it. Star Wars The Complete Saga box set. So this is obviously episodes 1 to 6. Got the Steelbook of The Force Awakens, episode 7. We have The Last Jedi on 4K. Even though I do not like this movie at all, I feel like I just had to get it because it's an episodic entry. But I did buy it from a used media store, so I wasn't directly supporting it. I really do not like this one at all. There's just a few scenes that I like, but oh god. Be sure to look out for our The Last Jedi 1 year later video. Got the Steelbook of Rogue One, which I don't really like either all that much, but there is one thing I like even less, and that is Solo. We have the Clone Wars film with this nice little holographic slip. Then we have another UK region-free box set of the Clone Wars Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, and Season 5. That's it for the box set, and then I also have the Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 6, like the Lost Missions Blu-ray. And then of course I have Star Wars Rebels on Blu-ray, Season 1, Season 2 with beautiful artwork and the slip, that's awesome. Season 3, and season 4. I have not watched season 4 yet. I still gotta get on that. The Straight Outta Compton Steelbook, The Strangers, Superbad, and then we have Suspiria. Suspiria! I am a Green Bay Packers fan, so I do have the Super Bowl 45 Champion Blu-ray. This is a Shout Factory release of The Survivalist, Taxi Driver, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, The Terminator, which I do prefer over T2, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I do like the first one better. John Carpenter's The Thing, the original classic, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is the end. I have the 4K of 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. Total Recall, this is the original. The Town. Got another trilogy for you. Toy Story 1, 2, and of course 3. Got a twofer for you. Trainspotting 1 and T2 Trainspotting. Shout out to Bucky. Train to Busan. This is the first original Tremors. Trick or Treat. Tropic Thunder. The True Grit remake. Under the Skin. Upgrade. I believe this is actually on my top 10 for 2018 as well. This is a really good one. The Usual Suspects. V for Vendetta. The Void. The Walking Dead Season 1, because this is the only good season of The Walking Dead. Got the 4K of War for the Planet of the Apes. War of the Worlds. Watchmen. Whiplash. Wind River. The Witch, easily one of the best A24 films. The Wolf of Wall Street. X-Men Days of Future Past. Zodiac. And the final Blu-ray in my collection, Zombieland. Alright guys, that was it. That was my entire Blu-ray collection for the year 2019. I would highly recommend checking out our Blu-ray updates where the whole crew gets together and we do our monthly Blu-ray updates. I think it's a great way for people to see movie recommendations, and I think it's interesting to see the variety of what we all get, and it's just about having a great discussion about movies. So I highly recommend checking those out and our collection videos if you like that. But anyway guys, if you like that video, go ahead and click like, subscribe, tell your friends about the channel, leave a comment. What do you think about my opinions, my Blu-rays? What am I missing? Anyway guys, I'm Justin from Out of the Basement, and we'll see you later.